Good morning, I'm Steve Johnson. Hey, you can get our iPhone, iPad, and Android app. They're available for free in the App Store as well as on Google Play. The Dove is also available on Roku as well. In the news today, Senate leaders are optimistic about reaching a last-minute bipartisan deal to prevent a possible federal default and end the partial government shutdown, which is set for midnight tonight. Senate leaders Harry Reid and Mitch McConnell hoping to shake hands on an agreement and hold votes later today. Efforts to solve the budget dilemma in Washington being dealt a blow by what one senator says is a piling-on effort to reject any idea proposed. Arizona Senator John McCain says ideas being floated by the Republicans being trashed by the White House and congressional Democrats. And he says that has to stop.
Why don't we try something like we used to do around this place? Why don't we say, look, you've got a proposal to open the government. We've got a proposal to open the government. Let's both pass. Let's go to conference, which we could do in 24 hours and resolve our differences.
With both sides hurling accusations at each other, McCain's concern was typified by a White House spokesperson who said Republican proposals were nothing more than a partisan attempt to appease a small group of Tea Party Republicans who are forcing, they say, a government shutdown. Well, after recently adjourning a special session, the Oregon legislature could be headed back into another one. This time, the controversy over funding the Columbia River Bridge outside Portland could be on the agenda. In the past session, Oregon legislators voted to pay their share of the Interstate 5 bridge linking Washington with Oregon if Washington legislators paid their share. Well, they didn't. Now, renovating the bridge is in jeopardy. And State Senator Alan Bates says Oregon is not prepared to pay for Washington's tab.
We are not in a position right this time to say we're going to build a bridge, we're going to fund it out of Oregon funds totally. We're not going to do that. I mean, as it was set up to her by Peter Courtney one time, well, we voted to build half a bridge. Well, we're not going to do that.
Now, the clock is ticking for legislators to act on that bridge plan because of a deadline of federal dollars that would be available. Western timber companies have gone to court. This is to lift a logging ban on national forests due to the government shutdown, arguing the government has no authority under timber sale contracts to force loggers to stop working. The lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court yesterday in Medford against the U.S. Forest Service and the U.S. Bureau of Land Management. A state parole board has denied parole to an Oregon man who spent 21 years in prison since killing a John Day police officer. Sidney Porter, slated to be released after a hearing earlier this year, but Governor Kitzhaber has asked board members to hold a new hearing to allow law enforcement officers to have their say. Let's take a look at our weather scene, and we have some beautiful days ahead of us. For Medford and Grants Pass, partly sunny today with a high of 73, then sunny both Thursday and Friday. Temperatures rising slightly, 74 tomorrow, 76 on Friday. For the Klamath Falls area, partly cloudy as well today with a high of 66, 65 and sunny tomorrow, 68 expected on Friday. Along the coast in Brookings, partly cloudy tonight with a high of 67, with sunny skies for Thursday and Friday, 68 tomorrow, 67 for Friday. For the Port Orford and Coos Bay area, partly cloudy today, a high of 65, then 67 and sunny tomorrow, and rising to 71 degrees on Friday. For the Wairika area and Northern California, partly cloudy today with a 70-degree temperature as a high, 71 tomorrow and sunny, 73 degrees expected on Friday with lows kind of edging towards the freezing mark. That's a look at news and weather. You're up to date right here on the Dove.